So good to see you. All right, today is 30 minutes and I'm going to focus on, just do a imaginary restaurant. That's the name of the restaurant we give. And we will run through the application together and really kind of look at the general application. Then we will come back to dive into the tables a little bit. Hopefully that give us just enough time in 30 minutes. Don't really want to go longer because this is meant to be a hands-on. Make sure you take the information from the free webinar and with a grain of salt, and don't just peanut butter approach on your case. And if you need help, you have us, right? Now, let's go to the website, sba.org. And I went to SBA and I go to sba.org and I go to that little pretty restaurant logo, folks. You remember seeing that, sba.gov. And you come over here and say learn more. And you come to this Restaurant Revitalization Fund, click it. And when you click this one, and it will say to you that apply now. So you click apply now, you will come to here. If you are not registered, you need to register first. After you registered, you come to my place where you say registered user login. So I'm going to log in. I registered imaginary restaurant and a password, and I log in. So when I log in, this is the first one of the 7 steps. See, they say that 20 minutes. So we're gonna do it in 20 minutes. Then we use 10 minutes to go through the tables, okay? So now we're, I already kind of started. I did not start this because just like you, I'm going through this with you, okay? So now I am going to click on this and start applying. So this is the steps we're going through. You see that the final one is summary. So the eligibility is literally, you decide whether you should go on or not, right? To be eligible, and you must be able to answer no's to all the following questions. So the questions like whether you are government entities, and you're gonna say no. And the more than 20 locations, no. And has a pending application for shattered venue operator grant, no. And then is a public traded, no. And is the applicant or any owner of the applicant had a federal violations? No. If you have a traffic ticket, and that's state. So here it says any federal department or agency violations, okay? So you say no, hopefully is no, and has been permanently closed. The definition of permanently closed. If you operate restaurant in 2019, 2020 comes, pandemic shut you down, and then you just couldn't have it. You don't have any employee wants to work because their unemployment benefit was so high, so you closed all the way to now. But you had a plan to open. So the permanent closed is that you do not open anymore. That is permanent closed. So you say no if you want to get the grant. So go ahead, say next. So the next one bring us to business details. Right? So in here, there is a section right here is identifying yourself, one or more women. So someone asked me questions saying that, well, we are joint owners, women and a guy, but the women is 51%. So do I put in women? As long as the majority of ownership belongs to women, I would put in women. If I am veterans, I'll put in there. If I'm also, African-American, and then I put in here. So I could check all boxes, or I could just check one, right? And then this here want to know that if the applicant is a franchise, and you probably know, so you don't really need to fill in anything because they give you drop down. And if you say yes, they have you select. And has the applicant filed bankruptcy? And this one, you need to say no, because if you file bankruptcy and they don't give you the fund. And the restaurant type, you can choose one. And then let's say I choose restaurant, and in here, I choose no. I forgot to choose no. And I come on down here, business identification, business type. Business type is the entity type. In my case, I'm going to say that I am sole proprietorship. And the business name, I have a business name, but it's grayed out for me, so they don't want me to put it in. So in here, I'm just going to put in my name, first name, last name. And right now, because I choose sole proprietorship, so obviously it's going to be my SSN number, or it's going to be my IT number. So I want to point out that the IT people can put in IT number here. So this is not just for people with social security number or EIN number. So if you put in IT number and then right in here, and SBA will perform a third-party validation of your entirety driven by this input as well. So what they're saying here is that be really careful with the number you put in, because if I select my social security number, SBA's data check with IRS would be on my 1040. If I didn't have my restaurant listed under Schedule C, that validation would not happen. So make sure you are using the number that your restaurant is reported under with the federal government. So let's say I'm just gonna use a fake number. Okay, and in here, the business phone number, business address, that's the address for our office already filled in. Okay, so section 4. So that is the area we're right now in business details. So we're in section 4. Section 4, they ask for the business owners. Here I have a lot of people getting really confused. They're saying that, do I put in business or put in person, because they're confused with this choice. And the reason there is a person business, let me tell you why. And in this case, because I choose sole proprietorship, so you can see that when I make the choice, I can't even select the business because it won't let me, only let me select a person. But if I'm a corporation, I could possibly select a business because my corporation could be owned by a business. So the shareholder could be business. Or if I'm an LLC, the LLC members could be a business. So this is why people get confused. We had quite I would say at least 3 calls related to here. So you want to put in person and my IT number, okay? So I put in my IT number and the business type. It didn't really have a drop-down choice for me. So here it has everything, business name, title. I would just say owner. Address, I will put in what I put in. But if you do have a sole proprietary restaurant and the restaurant is located in different place, and make sure you put in the you put in the restaurant address here, that's a business address. But when you come down here, that's not business address, that's your home address, okay? So you put in the home address, demographics, position, and owner. And veteran status, not disclosed gender, you can choose. Veteran status, I will say yes. Ethnicity and Hispanic Latino, not Hispanic Latino, and race and not disclosed. I think they want you to put it in Asian and Black and Asian, African Asian American, and American Indian, so just put in. So maybe I'll put in Black or Asian American. I'm just doing this. So here, affiliated business, you don't have any, so you do next. Now we are coming into a word calculation. Okay, so this asks you, what do you use your money for? And you're gonna choose all of these available to you. And the construction for our outdoor sitting, okay? Maybe you do. Maintenance, supplies, food, beverages, and operating expense cover supply. And why not? And I mean, you probably say that, well, I wasn't going to do the outdoor sitting, fine. But the rest of it, it just tells you that these are available to you. You can spend your money for that. Now, the PPP loan. And if you have applied for PPP, these number comes out for you automatically. If you did not apply for it, and for whatever reason, for example, if you bought a business in 2020, the prior owner applied for one, and when you bought the business as a whole, and if it doesn't show up here, you want to get hold of the loan number and put in the amount. I don't know the loan number. I'm going to try give a fake number. Let's make it simple. And then I'm going to do 50,000 PPP loan. And the second PPP loan, I'm going to do this one. And I will make it 50,000. Oh no, let's make it different. Let's make it 60,000. I'm just making it up, but you understand what I'm saying. No additional PPP loan, so I leave that blank. And award calculation, date of operation. So what is the definition of date of operation? Date of operation is the first day you had sales, not the date you registered your company. So if you are operating partial years in 2019, your date of operation probably say May 1st of 2019, right? And even though you registered everything and you got all your accounting set up with Community CPA back in January, that doesn't count as a date operation. This is really important, folks. Just make sure. So now I am assuming that let's go into the table 1 because that's the most common, and I will do table 2 and 3 with you on a form. But let's just kind of go through the table 1. I'm going to say that I operated that in 2019. Oh, they don't want me to do that. See, January and 2000, let's say 18. Okay, so then first, so I got that in. And then I choose that they asked me 2019 gross receipts. So 2019 gross receipt, I'm going to put $1 million. Is that $1 million? Yeah, it's $1 million. And the 2020 gross receipts, I am going to put 450,000. Number of location, 1. And the calculate award amount. So it asked me, it actually says that your number, your fake SBDC PPP number didn't work. So let me do this. I'm just gonna say I never got PPP, but you understand why the system is not letting me because my PPP number is not right, okay? It is totally not right, so they were calculating. Yeah, so they're saying that, they keep on asking me, if you receive PPP, be sure to enter. But what if you receive PPP, please fill out the session, otherwise skip the session. So I want to skip the session. I didn't receive PPP. All right, so it did give me. It gave me 55,000. See, it's calculated for me right here, okay? So that's okay, I don't have PPP and I got my amount. The next step is deposit account. In here, I want to mention to folks that our experience, go to menu entry directly. Don't even bother with automated entry because automated entry has a verification, sometimes it's not working. And if you're kind of worried about computers and not sure whether this is gonna work, just go to menu. I understand that menu supplying my account information will require menu review by SBA, but what we found is that this is even faster, okay? So you put in the bank name, US Bank, and put in account number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Confirmation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Routing number, I don't know, 0054. I think that's the real routing number. Account type checking going forward. Now, what happened here is please ensure the FF award payment account routing number, ensure this value is correct. So it's 9. So, oh, I think I short of 0. Okay, let's try again. No, it won't let me. I know at some point of time I'll be stopped. Okay, so I came to supporting documents section, deposit account, it worked. So documents still not required, still not uploaded. And so see, it says that 2019 return not uploaded, any other not uploaded, and the 3 months not uploaded. Here, I want you to know that this here will show you the uploaded document. So once you got the document uploaded, and then the rest is authorized owner information and a summary. So right here, I'm going to have you come with me to my screenshot because I'm running, I cannot do any more manipulations here. It won't let me. I will stop sharing on this screen. I will share with you another one I prepared. So here, you see, this is the screen we were at, right? And it is just a PowerPoint that I'm doing right now. And so right here, you can see that if you uploaded 2019, it has a check mark. And I also uploaded 3 months of bank statement. And so you see on the second page, it listed all of them here for you. So I actually want you to see what it looks like because you had your 2019 tax return here and you have your February, March, April bank statement. This bank statement needs to be the one that you deposit money to because this bank statement shows you are in operation. It's for 2021, okay? It's for now. So you can review it, you can delete it, but see how they really organize it for you. You can tell that once you're done, they're green. So on 2019, just do tax return, okay? You need to upload the whole return, not just the first 4 pages. And you don't need to upload state, but you need to upload federal, the full return. And on the 2021, they prefer tax filed taxes. So it'll be so easy if you just apply your 2020. But if you don't have 2020 tax return filed and you want to do point of sale report and your point of sales report might be unverified one, if that is the case, it's going to take longer for them to approve you. So I do not recommend you to just do the POS report with unverified POS report. You're going to ask me, what is verified POS report? There's some POS vendors, they had agreement, they did some sort of compliance review with SBA. So SBA recognized them as a verified POS provider, POS report provider. So those are the ones okay. If you ask me who they are, I didn't really find the list on SBA website, but I would assume the large ones like Square and Clover and those kind of ones, they should be. They are large enough that they probably already had that kind of process. But if you don't know and you want to know whether they are not, I would say you call the POS company, ask whether they are considered verified POS report for SBA RRF purposes. So they will tell you. And then once you finish uploading this, the system will bring you to the other step. Remember, when we were there, we're looking at authorized owner. This is the page, just a very short page. Have your name, last name, social security number, and whoever you are, whether you're a shareholder, your owner, and that's what they want to to have information on the authorized owner. So why do they not say owner? Because they want this person to be the person that authorized this application to go in. And I would imagine that if you later on get audited, and so your name is here, and the SBA comes and asks you this and that, you go, I don't know. And that is not right, because you are the one submitted this application. So know that you have responsibilities. So the last piece after this piece is a summary. When you get to the summary, it actually tells you the missing items. So it gives you the summary missing items, and you can go back to fill it in. And then it tells you the final amount. Okay, in our imaginary restaurant, we had like $500,000, but this is actually a one that we did, and it has a lesser amount, and for one of our clients. And then with this one, you fill in information, you go submit, and it continue to electronic signature. So this would come in, and this is the same one. I got the first shot of the missing information. The second part is this summary reward request. And then you click submit, continue to submit. It will come to this page for you. This page, they ask you to review this document, which has your company name and everything. And you need to click this box, I agree, okay, to use the electronic signature. When you click that, it will go into this section, and you will do the signature. Once you click the other two, and this one will come up. And what our experience is that you have a 3-way to sign electronically. You can select the style here to be one of your signature. You just say adopt and sign, or you can draw. If you have if you do it on your iPad, you could draw, right? But if you want to upload your signature, you can upload. So there is 3 choices. And this second one, I want to show you the choice. So they told you to upload, so you upload your signature here. But the easiest way to just select, and what they want you to do right here, you adopt the signature. And once you adopt the signature, it will come here for you to do these attestations, basically, saying that you are not permanently closed, saying that you current situation made it necessary for you to have the fund. I understand this is for this period. So all of these ones is to assert you are indeed need the help, and you need the funding to go to you. So all of that, you click, and it will sign your signature on there, and then you finish. See, this is the bottom page of that. Like if I go down to the bottom, which my page is not long enough, then you do finish right here. After you finish, it will give you that check mark, give you a confirmation number. Folks, that's very important, okay? And this number, it will bring you to e-signature processing, submitted, and then IRS verification, they will show you if they did that. And the review will take the longest time. Maybe you will get additional information, and then SBA decision. So all of it is in the portal, folks. It's nowhere else. So you want to make sure you know how to log back into the portal and start checking your application status right here. But once you submit this one, and so this one would be the final page that you will get. So you keep that, do a screenshot, you got your confirmation number, you got your amount. So this is what I want to go through on the mechanical process, right? So now let me share screen with you to go to the tables, because in this mechanical process, you literally just gone through the most straightforward process. But what about the weird ones? What about the one that has the other tables, right? So this is my other screen. I pull it out of the SBA's website, So the table 1 was the one, that's what we are doing. We put in the gross sales for 2019 right here, and we put in the gross sales for 2020. Our PVP amount, remember I don't have a valid number, so it was 0. And then with this one being 0, and so it is this number right here, on number 1 minus number 2 minus number 3, and it will be equaling to number 5. This number 4, it just add up 2 and 3. So you can say that is 1 minus 2 minus 3 equals to 5. And then you have one location. So then you will be coming up with this 5 number will be the amount of number 9. Okay, so with that, that concludes your first table. But what about the second table? And the second table is to calculate a funding amount for applicants that began operating partially through 2019. And here, the number 1 is they still want you to submit 2019 tax return, okay? Because your 19 tax return representing partial month, so they say that put in that number. Then they want you to put in, enter number of month you were in operation in 2019. For example, if you opened for 2.5 months, enter 2.5, round to the 10th decimal. 10th decimal means you don't need 2.2537. Don't do that. You round it to 2.5. If it is 2.567, you round it to 2.6, right? So they want you to tell them what was the month you are in operation. Remember, we had the definition of operation. In operation means that that's the date you start receiving sales. Actually, very easy to tell. You go to your bank account, see when was the date your first sales coming in. So that could be in middle of October. That would be this example, 2.5, because I opened on October 15 was my first payment, then November and December, right? So they want you to divide line A by line B. So let's say our line A is 100,000. Yeah, let's just say 100,000. So our line A, 1A is 100,000 divided by 2.5. So 40,000. So you put 40,000 in here in line 1C. And what is it doing is it's trying to figure out what's your average monthly sales. Then they want you to times 12 on the average. So if I times 12 on that, and my annual sales is 400, you know, why do I do it on my calculator? I should do it on my calculator so you can see. So remember my 1A is 100,000, right? So I divided that by 2.5 because I opened in October 15. 2.5. Do I know how to do 2.5? Okay. So that's 40,000 average monthly. I use that times 12. So that gives me my 2019 annual sales. So once I put 1D with 4800, then my 2020 gross receipt, let's say it was only $100,000 because pandemic come, I just opened, I closed. But I was looking around waiting for chance to reopen. I'm not permanently closed. So in 2020, I only made $100,000. And they want you to put in the PVP dollars, that's 0. Pretend I didn't have anything. I didn't have employee PVP, no. So then my number 4, it become just like my table 1, number 4. It is my number 1, 480 minus 100,000 minus 0. And so my number 5 is 380, right? So here I minus 100,000, that's my 2020 sales. So I got 380. So my 380, because my location is 1, so I am getting 380,000 on table 2. So this is what I opened on October 15, partial year. So in 2019, I do have a tax return, but that tax return is representing 2.5 months. All right, so let's look at table number 3. Table number 3, and I always tell folks that if you get into table 2 and 3, it is probably a good idea to have professional people like Community CPA to handle it for you. And obviously, Community CPA is not a free place. It is not. We do charge our professional fees. However, they are free places, folks. You don't have to. You don't have to have spending money. You can go to SBDC. You can go to nonprofit organization, and maybe you have a sister-in-law and a brother who is very well versed with this kind of things. Have them help you. But the key is, I don't care where you go, and I don't care you come to Community CPA or not, you want to get this done soon. Okay, if we look at how PPP money goes, and I am concerned how fast this money gonna go. And once it's done, it's done. There is no additional funds coming in sight. We heard nothing about that. And SBA has been consistent, saying that first come, first serve, and no ending of the program until it's used up, folks, right? And I'm really worried about those small businesses who doesn't really, not really computerized in anything at all, and just left behind. If you know someone like that and you don't know where to send them, we can identify free places for you to send these people. And we will just try our best to help. Okay. And table 3, calculation of funding amount for applicants that began operations on or between January the 1st, 2020 and March 10th, 2021. So this is one scenario. They opened in 2020, okay? And the number 2 possibility for table 3 is applicants that have not yet opened, but as of March 11th, 2021, incurred eligible expenses. So remember when we were doing the forms, we know what is eligible expenses because they even make you check how you spend money. That's eligible expenses, okay? So you have to have those kind of expenses in order, and even though you are not opening, and you can use this one. So this one, number 1, enter the amount you spent on eligible expenses. Eligible expenses have the same definition as eligible use of funds. And I want to go back to here. I want you to remember when we were in here, remember this screen, we have payroll, rent, mortgage, debt service. All of these are eligible expenses. So operating expenses also include depreciation expense. And SBA did not have a very clear statement in terms of depreciation. What they were saying is that maybe they use the word maybe. So you apply and let them do the review and let them decide, right? Give SBA a chance to decide. So here, let's say we are the second one. We did not open, but we were doing renovations the whole time up to March 11th. And we are still not open because it's not done, because we can't even get materials. The construction get delayed. Pandemic, nobody really want to work. And you had your plan. You even had your loans that is serving you, but you can't open. So I would put in the eligible expenses. Let's say with my eligible expenses that I actually paid all these things, and I would say, let's give 120,000. That's my eligible expenses. And enter all gross receipts as of March 11, 2021, so -0, because I don't have any expenses. I didn't really get any sales. And the total amount of PPP, that's 0 again, so I -0 again. And then I came up with for line 4, and from the line 1, and subtract line 4 from the line 1, so I got total 120. One location, And so I got 120. You see how you didn't open, but you are restaurant, you registered it, everything is going for you, and you just couldn't open because pandemic. There you go. And you have that table 3. So what about applicant that began operation on January the 1st and March 10th, 2021? Let's say I opened sales in January 2021, 3 months. I had sales. And here you will put in the amount. So you had eligible expenses of 120, and that's fine. You minus your sales. Let's say total sales was 100,000 for the 3 months. That means you will get 20,000. You will get 20,000 RRF because you got sales. So you're going to subtract that. Subtract your PPP is 0. So that's how you get into your 20,000 RRF. So folks, I hope this is really helpful. We're 7 minutes out, but please go to our YouTube, like us, and give us a thumb up. And, on your Facebook, you can also get into Community CPA. We want you to help our name to go out so more people can help. And I am pretty sure this webinar would help a lot of people to really get things done on their own. And I hope you are doing that for yourself as well. Good luck with your business. With the additional funding, I hope you're all rocking and keeping your business going and make a good life. And in this, even during the pandemic. Okay, talk to you. Bye.